Can we conduct a roll call, please?
Present.
Is out of town and will not be in for this meeting. Director Jenkins. Present. Vice President Garcia.
Present.
President Moore.
Present.
All members are present with the exception of Director Bennett. We have a quorum.
Okay. We have no requests. Okay, let's go ahead and start out with our Pledge of Allegiance. Can Director Garcia lead us in that?
Please join me. I pledge allegiance.
Man standing. We have a pastor on the line.
Bernal Townsend, Sunrise Church.
Welcome.
How you do?
All right.
All right, let's pray. Father in heaven, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for all the blessings that you have given us, Father. And right now, we're just asking for a special blessing for those that will be working with the West Valley Water District. Bless each and every person that is on the board, Father. Each and every person that is working with the West Valley Water District, Father. Give them the health and the strength, just the mental clarity just to complete and to do what needs to be done. And we thank them so much, Father, for the work they do in this area. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
In Jesus' name, amen. We have a request to move up the presentations to be heard before the closed session. I would like to request a motion to do that.
I motion that we adopt the agenda with the requested move.
You have a second?
I'll second.
Calling for the vote.
Yes.
President Moore. Okay.
Calling for the vote.
Director Young.
Yes.
Vice President Garcia.
Yes.
President, take it back. Director Jenkins.
Yes.
President Moore.
Yes.
So 4-0-1, motion passes.
Okay. And John, you have presentations to bring forth.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, I have certificates of recognition and appreciation of service for our incoming and outgoing president and vice president from the Office of Supervisor Joe Baca Jr. So why don't I pass those out, and then I'll read off the note from Supervisor Baca. Thank you. We sure appreciate this recognition from our supervisor. He says, on behalf of Vice Chair and Supervisor Joe Baca Jr. of the 5th District in the County of San Bernardino, it gives me great pleasure to recognize Directors Greg Young and Dan Jenkins for your honorable service during your time as President and Vice President, and to Directors Kelvin Moore and Angela Garcia for your honorable willingness to serve as President and Vice President. Your selfless commitment to positively representing our community is truly commendable. These courteous efforts play an essential role in enhancing the quality of life for our residents immensely. I wish you a successful term ahead. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's it. And
That's
thanks
it.
to the supervisor.
Okay, let's give the supervisor a hand. And we have the poster contest winners to be presented, and I believe Sakura is going to take care of that for us.
Good evening, President Moore, Vice President Garcia, members of the board, and members of the public. My name is Amber Cuevas, Public Outreach and Government Affairs Representative here at West Valley Water District. All right. Sorry, there's a bit of a delay. All right. Tonight we're here to celebrate a very special occasion, the recognition ceremony of our 2025 West Valley Water District Poster Contest winners. This year, we've received nearly 250 entries from talented 1st through 6th grade students across our local schools. The theme this year was Being in My Water Saving Era Means, and our students did an incredible job showing both creativity and an understanding of the importance of saving water. The poster contest, along with our other education programs, helps us teach the next generation about the value of water education and conservation. Each year, the winning posters are featured in our district calendar, which is shared with our customers and local schools. Tonight, we'll recognize each of our winning students and celebrate their amazing artwork. I'll be calling students up by grade to receive their certificate of recognition and to take a photo with the board of directors. If your family, friends, teachers, or principals are here, we'll take an additional photo with them as well. Once all students have been recognized individually, we'll invite all winners back up for a group photo with the board. Afterward, please stay for individual photos of each student, which will be displayed next to their artwork and appear in our 2026 calendar. And of course, we invite everyone to enjoy some light refreshments, which are located right over here. But before we begin, let's take a moment to acknowledge a few of our honored guests who are in attendance this evening. Ulises Nera, on behalf of Assemblymember Robert Garcia's office. Evelyn Dominguez, school board member for Rialto Unified School District. John Black, Assistant Superintendent for Education at Rialto Unified School Board. And before we go any further, Miss Evelyn Dominguez would like to say some words.
Thank you, Ms. Cuevas. First and foremost, thank you so much to the West Valley Water District for giving our scholars this opportunity. And second of all, congratulations to all of our scholars. We are the Board of Education is extremely proud in each and one of you guys for your creative talent and your enthusiasm for water conservation. As a mom of 3 boys, they have a timer in my shower that I can only take a shower for 5 minutes. So I wait until they go to sleep to take a shower so I don't have to use a timer. So I want to thank you again to the West Valley Water District for giving us this opportunity. And I know that there's endless programs from elementary all the way to high school. And I hope that we continue this partnership for many years to come. And I do want to also invite you next November 12th to our school board meeting to meet our new superintendent. So thank you so much. And congratulations to TRAP. Let me hear TRAP. Let me hear of our TRAP student scholars. Let me hear our Cordiac scholars. And let me hear our Simpson scholars. All right. So thank you so much and have a good night.
Thank you so much. All right, we have another guest here. We have Michael Townsend on behalf of Senator Eloise Gomez Reyes as well. Perfect. Now we have one last special surprise guest, and that is Creek, the conservationist. He's on his way. Welcome, Creek. Oh, there he goes.
His drop is too big.
All right. I'd like to welcome the board and honored guests to join Creek at the front of the dais to begin the ceremony, please.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to? Yeah, of course. Would you like to go? Yeah, of course.
Get some party music.
If any other elected officials would like to join us up at the front, you're more than welcome to. Okay. Perfect. Now, honoring our first grade winners. We'll go ahead and start with Miss Jalissa Vega. She is from Pacuma K through 8 school and she will be featured in the month of December. Oh, gotcha. Perfect. Thank you so much. Next, we have Miss Rihanna Escobar. She is from Crestmore Elementary class, and she will be featured in the month of October. Thank you so much, Miss Rihanna. Now we will begin to honor our second grade winners. Jacobo. Oh, she may not quite be here with us just yet, but she's from Sycamore Hills Elementary in Mrs. Fields' class, and she'll be featured in the month of September. All right. Next, we have Miss Adeline Garcia. Miss Adeline is from Sycamore Hills Elementary in Mrs. Diaz's class. January, and this is Adeline's second year in a row winning. Perfect. Thank you so much. Next, we will begin our third graders, starting with Miss Alize Farhan. Alize is from Cordiac Elementary in Mrs. Eckerd's class, and she will be featured. Next, we have Miss Charlotte Melendez. She's from Pacuma K through 8 school in Mrs. Ruja's class, and she will be featured in the month of July. Perfect. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Next, we will have Miss Kaylee Aranda. I don't believe she's joined us yet, but Miss Kaylee is from Sycamore Hills Elementary in Mr. Junoz's class, Kaylee is actually a two-time winner as well, whose artwork will appear on our 2026 calendar cover. All right. Now we will begin to honor our fourth grade winners, starting with Miss Haley Garrett. Miss Haley is from Sycamore Hills Elementary in Mrs. Johnson's class, and she will be featured in the month of June. Thank you so much. Next, we have Miss Annabelle Lua Godino. Yes. Oh, thank you. She is from Sycamore Hills Elementary, also in class, and she will be featured in the month of May. Annabelle is another one of our two-time winners. Next, we will fifth grade winners, starting with Miss Melanie Munoz from Simpson Elementary. Melanie is in Mrs. Bo featured in the month of August. Perfect. Next we have Next we have Miss Noemi Villegas. She is from Trapp Elementary in Miss Medina, and she was featured in the month of February. Wonderful. Now we will honor our sixth grade winners, Miss Adele Lozombe. Adele is from Sycamore Hills Elementary in Mr. class. And she will be featured in the month of November. Last but not least, we have Miss Khadija. She is from Sycamore Hills Elementary in Mrs. Garcia's class and will be featured in the month of April. Perfect. At this time, we'd like to invite all of our poster contest winners to take a group photo with the Board of Directors. Oh. 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 All right. It appears that we have Miss Kaylee Aranda, who has arrived. Cover winner this year. Congratulations, Kaylee. Wonderful. Can we have another round of applause for our poster contest winners, please? Congratulations to all of our 2025 poster contest winners for this significant achievement. Your artwork reminds us that every small action to save water matters and that the future of your community is bright in your hands. A big thank you to our board, our honored guests who provided certificates of recognition for our winning students, our poster contest winners, of course, and a big thank you to the families, teachers, and schools who continuously support your students and encourage their love for learning and conservation. Please note that 2026 district calendars will be available sometime in mid-December. We will contact you to coordinate deliveries at that time. We appreciate you all and hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And please remember to stick around a bit longer to take your individual photos right over there and receive your gift cards and goodie bags. Thank you. At this time, the Board of Directors would like to say a few words.
Well, we're missing two.
You want us down there, or you want to like a different guy? Okay, cool. Can everybody hear me?
Yep.
First of all, I want to say thank you to the parents for giving your children the support that they need when they have an interest to do something like this. They need your support, and thank you for giving that. So give yourselves a hand for that. Thank you for each student that took the time to think of a theme and match that theme and put your thoughts in color and bring a little bit of knowledge and thought to water. It makes the world a little bit better and gives everyone a little bit more of an education on water. Our vision has always been, and still is, that we integrate every school, every grade to know about water and to appreciate water. I couldn't be more proud of what you guys are doing. And our POGA team, thank you so much for what you've done. Give them a hand as well. Thank you. Okay.
At this time, we'll start individual photos.
Like there's thinking ahead with GIS. Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Thinking
with
ahead with GIS.
Yeah. Bruce and staff. What was that?
Then the
Oh, then we need
parents are
photos
waiting.
first. We actually will have to do the.
Might I suggest that maybe we could put
you
that
can.
one after closed session? Just to allow the parents to do what they need to. You don't mind, Bruce?
President Moore, did you want to move thinking ahead with GIS after closed session so then they could take advantage of taking pictures?
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, and that wouldn't require any motion of the board.
It's done.
Done. Yes.
So at this point, we'd recommend going into closed session for the items listed on 1 and 2 of the agenda under 54957 and 54956.9.
And before we do, I want to let the members of the public that they can participate, comment in one of four ways. One, in person with West Valley Water District Boardroom located in person at 855 West Baseline Road, Rialto, 92376, by filling out a public comment card and submitting it to the board secretary prior to the starting of the public comment period. Second, by joining the Zoom meeting with access code 840-293-7790, or by telephone by calling 888-475-4499, or by emailing the administration at www.wvwd.org.
Thank you. Have any public comments been received?
I do not see any.
Okay. Is there anyone on Zoom who would like to speak?
I don't see anything. Klinger? No. No.
Seeing none, public comment is closed. And we will now adjourn to closed session.
Here to sign off for the gift card and a goodie bag. I have them right here.
We wanted them to take a picture with that.
Yeah, can you take a picture? I'll do it. Yes, a picture with the normal phone. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna need help with the. So the big. Mary Jo, which bag do you have? I have a student bag. Okay, student bag. Yeah, so the big bottles are student bags, smaller teacher bags. Where are the student names?
Oh, student, this is the teacher's one, and then there's the
Where's
student
student?
one.
Mary Jo has a student. You have a student.
The kids ones are the ones with the.
All right. Next, we'll go ahead and take a photo of Miss Alize Farhan.
Nos vamos a comunicar con usted en diciembre para que pueda coger los calendarios.
Muchas gracias.
Felicitaciones. Que pasen buena noche.
Yes. I'm the teacher. What is your Eckert? Eckert, right there. We'll get you a teacher badge. Teacher bag and a gift card. Yeah, thank you for participating. We'll have the calendars.
Next, we have Miss Charlotte Melendres. Family and teachers can feel free to join in on the second photo.
Since we're using the microphone during the closed session, for the video, we're going to see that, but you're going to hear the bud talking in the background. Is that okay?
Anne's leaving.
Yes, Mr. President, the board met in closed session on items 1 and 2. There was no action to report pursuant to the Brown Act, and that was the end of the closed sessions.
Thank you. Any public participation for open session right now? See
We-
people?
We don't have any.
No one on Zoom?
I don't see anyone either.
Okay, cool. All right.
Are you going to pick up the GIS presentation?
Yes. You've been waiting around for us, huh? Step on up.
Good evening, President Moore and esteemed Board of Directors. Tonight I am joined with our GIS interns, Rania and Lily.
Oh, I know.
They have been doing great work for us, and you'll see some of the work today in our presentation. So we're going to be presenting using our GIS in emergency situations today. So thank you for your time. Is it going up? Oh, did it go? Did we lose the share? Yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. Sorry. All right. So today we're going to be, as I had mentioned, we're going to focus mainly on the tools we've developed for tracking and managing emergencies. But we'll talk briefly about the problem and that we looked at. So the oh, there we go. Okay, we had a brief pause, but anyhow, as you know, back in January we had a couple of big fires in Southern California, and there was a lot of media on water agencies at that time, and so that caused us to look at how we could use our GIS system to help us manage an emergency. And as we looked at these the two fires that you see on the screen, they are very similar in characteristics to us in terms of both had mountainous areas to the north of their service area, just like we do as well. And so we wanted to make sure we were prepared in a similar situation and be ready to support our staff in an emergency as well, and be prepared to act as a disaster service worker, as it indicates on our badge. Our GIS is more than a map. It's many applications, servers, and a lot of different data sets, different layers and things that are continually updated. And one of the big things that's important for us is that we have consistent and accurate data when it's really needed, and make sure that it is available. Our GIS system is accessed on a variety of devices, the mobile phones, tablets, laptops, and all that, and computers. So the problem, though, is that it's all dependent on the internet and power and electricity. If we lose either of those, then our normal day-to-day operation in terms of GIS suddenly changes. And so there's a variety of factors that if the internet goes out. So we looked, and there's many failure points, mainly electricity and that cause us to have an alternative contingency plan. And so we looked at the different scenarios different types of emergencies where GIS can help, and the big ones, fire and earthquakes stood out. But an emergency, it could be a regional emergency, or it could be very localized. It could be something just in our headquarters. So we looked at those scenarios, and it really came down in both of those scenarios. You either have power and internet, or you don't. And so we started off developing some emergency resource tools that can help us track potential emergencies and manage those when the time comes. And now Rania is going to go through some of those tools that they have built.
So as mentioned, what got us thinking about safety in terms of GIS was the January fires. So if we look at the map, what we're looking at is the fire hazard severity of Bernardino County. And as you can see here in purple are our reservoirs, and they do reside in many of the areas that have severe fire hazard safety, which obviously does threaten our facilities and infrastructure, especially when they're in mountainous regions with a lot of dry brush or foliage. On top of fires, we know that San Bernardino is known for our Santa Ana winds, and winds not only spread fires, but can create their own hazards like down power lines and make hazardous conditions for our crew. So what you're looking at here, the blue and the green, that's a live wind speed of the fire, so actively what the wind speed is. And then we're also worried about wind direction. So we have a live wind direction layer so that if there is a fire, we'd like to know which way the wind is blowing. It blows embers and that can spread really quickly, again, being a threat to our facilities. When we take a look at transmission lines, a lot of them run both through the severity zones right by our reservoirs. So that's a triple threat that we do want to be mindful of. So we can go ahead and map that to take that into account. And then earthquakes, we're no stranger to that. And right through our service area is the San Jacinto Fault, which is part of the greater San Andreas system. And this can cause damage to our assets and down communications, potentially collapse any of our facilities, or injure our staff if they're out in the field. So we do have a live USGS earthquake layer. As you can see, these little green dot. We can click on that and it can tell us any of the recent earthquakes, magnitude, how deep it was, all of that. So we would like to be mindful of that. And any of these natural disasters could cause hazardous road conditions, which would be a disruption to our crew. And we do have a live traffic layer. Here you can see any roadblocks, accidents, and live traffic and this, how that's going. So we want to make sure we're able to coordinate and respond accordingly. So Bruce mentioned that not all emergencies are a big one. They can be at the facility itself. So here, the GIS team has been putting together over the last couple months a map of the headquarters and FBR. And it has all of our fire extinguishers, showers, emergency eye wash stations, and chemicals. So if we take a look at FBR, we wanted to identify things like any of the hazardous chemicals that we use there, considering we do use quite a few. So any of these orange diamonds, you can click on them, and it'll tell you what kind of chemical it is. So this is sodium hypochlorite. If you click on it, you can go ahead and take a look at, it takes you right to the safety data sheet. So in the event that there is a fire and a chemical is burning or it spills, we know how to address the situation properly. I can close this really quick. Just so I can see. There we go. So we want to make sure we're able to take care of that. So we did link the safety data sheets so that it's easy access for quick response time. And then we also mapped our headquarters. There we are in the boardroom. And this is all of our fire extinguishers, our fire alarms, and also in the event there is an earthquake and someone is sheltering in place or they're under their desk during a fire, we are able to see room photos. And this is for first responders. So they can take a look inside and say, hey, we're missing somebody, maybe they're under this desk. And it'd be a good resource to use in that event. Now we've put all of those layers together into one app called the Emergency Watch app, and you're easily able to turn off and on layers according to what's going on, your need, what the emergency is. We also have these Alert California cameras. And this is live view of mountains, any regions, well, this one specifically in our service area. It's a live view of what's going on. So let's say there is a fire coming up and we want to see if it's really close to our service area or what's going on. We are able to see that with these cameras. Another thing is if we do need to contact any of the public that we serve, you can now go ahead, make a point, line, or polygon within a certain area. In my case, I've set it to 400 feet. And it'll create a buffer zone, and then it'll go ahead and generate a list of phone numbers, addresses, and also parcel numbers so that you can mass contact any of the public that you do need to contact in case there's a shut-off or any of those kinds of things in an emergency, boil water notice, whatever it may be. It is taking a minute to load. I'll give it another couple seconds, and if it doesn't, we'll move on. But all of this is in this app. But this, again, is in the event we do have our Wi-Fi and our internet, but that's not always the case. During an earthquake, it could go down. So I'm going to pass it to Lily to talk about what our options are in the event that there is none of that.
Rania. So with that being said, the GIS team has developed this standard operation procedure document in which we've recognized some key aspects that are important for identifying, assessing, and through the purpose of planning, response, and recovery operations. And that is the purpose of this document, where we have listed everything. Because of this sound operation procedure document, we have identified other vulnerabilities and their mitigation tactics to prevent these vulnerabilities within the GIS. One vulnerability I could mention is the data integrity and access. We are aware that backups may be incomplete, inaccessible, or overall corrupted during emergencies. And the practice we could engage with that is by conducting regular backup checks or quality checks and storing key data sets in portable drives or in the cloud. Continuing on, another vulnerability we have identified is overall human factors, the lack of trained personnel during emergencies, or mistakes of overall pressure of knowledge gaps that's taken into consideration. Identified is having staff preparedness by training multiple team members in GIS tools and other workflows, and additionally by keeping documentation updated for quick and easy references, such as the SOP document. Further guide from the SOP document, we have identified other GIS equipment needed in case of emergencies. Some essential may include laptop, GIS contacts, or backup power, such as this generator shown in the image. Our supplemental list for drone batteries or solar panels for other alternative emergencies. Continuing, GIS has been proven useful in emergencies because it could help explore offline field maps that ensure access to the map without direct internet connection. And it also supports applications that could support communication, damage surveys, and other updates for tracking. Continuing, the GIS can also help establish emergency login alternatives to access data. It could assist with documentation and train on emergency workflows, and store and maintain these Atlas hard copies and digital maps on SharePoint without further internet access. Be passing it back to Bruce.
Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Lily. So it's important for us to continue to plan and develop the SOP. But not only to develop it, but to make sure that we continue to maintain it. Because if an emergency happens, it's too late. It is what it is at that point. And so it's important that we build our procedures for the SOP into our daily workflows so that they're not extra work. Because if it's an extra task, then it's probably not going to be a priority. There's always other important tasks. So we're trying to build this so it's as easy as possible to maintain and that it's ready when we really need it. And it's important to conduct drills so we can verify that our SOP it doesn't have any further vulnerabilities as well. And so with that, it's important that we prepare for the worst so that we're prepared for the best. Thank you. Any questions?
I don't have any questions, but I did find it very interesting, the slides, and actually very on the fire zone maps, how much of it is still there. But I do know that the state of California did change the fire maps. So does GIS pick up the new versions, or?
Yeah, the layer so CDF had to update the layer after the fires in January, and so this is the current layer. So the layers that we're using, we don't have to maintain. We're using the service that they're feeding. So when CDF updates their maps, then we'll have that.
So can you go back to that slide? I do want to have a question on that.
Yep. So this is it's a web application, so I gotta. Oh, here we go.
Okay, so I do know that when the Santa Ana winds do come, the service area is stopped for electricity on certain portions of our service area. Is there any way that we can map those areas that are high prone to being shut off, and what areas would impact our infrastructure?
We do get notifications from Edison where what meters are going to be shut off in advance. We don't have those mapped yet in the GIS, those locations, but there is the potential to map that. And then the email, we'd have to look at the email, and then we could potentially automate that. So we get notified that this area is going to be shut down. But Rocky, do you have something to add?
Yeah, typically when we have those PSPS events, those public safety power shutoff events, we get a notification a few days in advance that they're anticipating when there may be a situation where that shuts down, and that's the time when operations plans accordingly to do those things. But typically when they do that, they're doing large sections of their distribution system, and I think that is something that's available with Edison. We can take a look at that if we can map it.
Yeah, because I think it's usually like it's a certain area that is typically is always gets affected in the northern Rialto, portions of northern Fontana. Just wondering if that's something that we can have as a layer in the future.
Yeah, it's not an easy layer from Edison. They don't like to share a lot of data, so that's it's something that we would have to work with them to try to.
Well, they say that it's based on if the area is within a fire zone. But I know that I live right in the middle of that big circle, or right next to that circle. And I don't get shut off, but Dan lives right across from that, and he gets shut off, so I don't know how that works.
And I know that a lot of people were upset this last year in Bloomington because Edison shut off quite a big section down in Bloomington, and it was for even longer than some of the portions up in the north, too. So it's whatever Edison decides they want to do, it seems like. It doesn't always make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think they're zones. I don't know what they call them, but they're pretty large areas.
Yeah, I wasn't affected, but I knew a lot of people down in Bloomington were pretty upset about it and were complaining to the county and to the MAC about it last year.
I really do like the figure that you had where you can actually click on the building and it can show you dimensions and the 3D visual of the inside the building. So I think that you guys could do a lot with GIS, and I'm very impressed with the presentation. So thank you, and I'm very impressed with the presentation skills of our interns, and I'm really glad that we have them and being able to give them something that they can learn, and hopefully you can stay on.
Agreed. Thank you for being here, all of you.
Thank you.
Great job.
So, President Moore, before we go on to the consent calendar, did you want to ask if there's any public comment?
Oh, absolutely.
Once again?
Are there any public comments
I
on
don't,
this item?
I don't see any. I haven't received any.
Okay, thank you.
So I will read out my my speech here. Members of the public may participate and give public comment in one of four ways: in person at West Valley Water District's boardroom located in person at 855 West Baseline Road, Rialto 92376, by filling out a public comment card and submitting it to the board secretary prior to the start of the public comment period. You can also join the Zoom meeting by accessing code 840-293-7790 or by telephone calling 888-475-4499 with the same access code, or by emailing administration at wvwd.org. Now, would you like to go? Would you like to go into consent?
Yes, I'd like to go into the consent calendar. Does anyone have anything that needs to be removed from the consent calendar at this time?
No, I'll make a motion that we adopt the consent calendar as presented.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, so,
Please call for a vote.
yes, thank you very much. Director Young?
Yes.
Vice President Garcia?
Yes.
President Moore?
Yes.
Okay, Director Bennett is absent. He's out of town. Director Jenkins?
Stepped out. So, yeah, but he had to leave.
So that would be an absence as well.
So that's 3-0-2.
Zero.
Yeah, and we'll just note for the record that Director Jenkins left after the end of the closed sessions.
Yeah.
So does the motion pass?
Yes.
Motion-
Need 3
okay.
votes to pass.
Okay,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay. Go on to the board reports.
Business matters,
Sorry,
President?
I forgot Rocky.
Thank you, Board. I'm here to present today the emergency generator for Pump Station 5-2 construction contract award. As these public safety power shutoff notices become more frequent, the need for backup power at our facilities is more important than ever. Historically, the district has managed backup power in those events with mobile generators at many of our sites. This was a site where we do that at, and there was a space left for a future generator, stationary generator to be placed if and when the district could receive grant funds. The district's been successful in obtaining grant funds, and that's what we're here today, is to award a construction contract for that. We have a PowerPoint here. If we can go to the next slide, that'd be great. To give you a description of the project, this is to install a new 500 kilowatt generator within the pump station 5-2. And if you're not familiar with the site, this pump station is near Country Club Drive in Rialto in the River Ranch area. The aerial picture there shows pump station 5-2 in red, and those pictures are of a similar generator at a different site, which we're hoping to do something very similar. In addition to the generator, we're also going to install fuel storage. The intent of that fuel storage is so that the stationary generator can run for about 48 hours in the event of there's a power loss. The thought there is that's enough time for operations to address any backup fueling needs and get trucks to the site to provide backup fuel if needed, if there's a long duration shutdown. And then logistically, 150-gallon diesel day storage tank is used to directly fuel the generator. We're also going to try to integrate this into the existing controls and integration for the pump station. And the anticipated project schedule, if everything goes well, is that this will be completed in Q3 of 2026, hopefully in August. We have a project budget, estimated construction cost of $725,000. We'll go into more of what this contract looks like in future slides. If you can go to the next slide for me. This project is consistent with the district's strategic plan and objectives. Backup power helps to manage and deliver safe, reliable, and sustainable water supply. Obtaining grant funding is a good example of strengthening our partnerships with outside agencies in grant pursuits. Backup power is one of the best examples of sound planning to help provide operational efficiency, resiliency, and reliability. Go to the next slide for me. For a project timeline, we obtained these grant funds last year, and up to this point we've been evaluating procurement methods, developing a scope of work, and obtaining quotes. And that gets us here today to the construction contract award. Once this is awarded, staff will work with Edison to do utility coordination and then procure the generator set. There's a 30-week lead time on the gen set. Gen sets are just in popular demand, with everybody recognizing that PSPS events are getting more frequent. There's also a lot of data centers that are trying to procure these exact same generators, that the lead time on these are getting pretty substantial. But this is still within our grant timeline. The actual activities once the generator comes in, because the pump station was built to house a generator, is about a month. And then there'll be testing and integration support, and we're hoping to do project closeout next September or October. We can go to the next slide. I want to highlight two of the unique aspects of this project. The procurement method. Staff is proposing that we piggyback onto the Sourcewell competitive purchasing organization's negotiated pricing. We use Sourcewell for various needs within the district, like vehicles and those sorts of things, but the genset is also included in their competitive pricing arrangements. Coincidentally, when they put this out to bid, Quinn Power Systems was the selected low bidder. The reason that's very nice for us is the district has a preference for Caterpillar engines, which is what Quinn provides with their service. And that's helpful because it standardizes parts, it standardizes maintenance, and it helps to make sure that our team can make sure these are reliable backup generators. The proposed fee from Quinn Power Systems was $630,252. That includes all the equipment and the installation. The other unique aspect of this that we hinted on before is that this is partially grant funded, with 75% of the total project costs coming from the FEMA Local Pre-Disaster Mitigation Grant Program that's administered by the California Office of Emergency Services. And so the way these funds work, we secured a grant of $525,000. There's a little bit taken off the top for admin services at Cal OES, and then they'll fund 75% of the total project cost up to that amount. Because the bid from Quinn Power Systems came in below that amount, we're estimating that the grant funds will be about $472,000, and the district will make up the other 25% at $157,000. If there are change orders during the project, those will be eligible for a 75-25% split up to the grant amount. And if we can move on to the next slide. So the recommendation today is that the board approve a contract with Quinn Power Systems for the amount described in the staff report. Authorize general manager to execute all the necessary agreements. And then if that happens, we'll work towards executing the contract and getting the procurement of these generators. And with that, I would take any questions.
Any questions about this item?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So do we pay for it up front and then we put in for the grant money, or has the grant money already been awarded?
It's progress payments, so as we incur costs on the project, we would invoice Cal OES and FEMA, and then they would pay us back.
Is there, I don't know, this is a question that, do they say that they'll pay us back by a certain amount of time? Do you know what the timeline of that is?
There's processing times within the grant agreement. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it's typically the 90-day processing time.
Yeah, that's
for
not
any of these
bad.
programs. Yeah. I don't know if government shutdowns are affecting that right now, but we can inquire about that.
Okay. Well, thank you for that presentation. I don't have any additional questions.
Thank you.
Okay. Can I get a motion on this?
Mr. President, I'll motion that we adopt business item number 1.
I'll
as
second that.
presented. Yeah.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Okay. Director Young,
Yes.
Vice President Garcia,
Yes.
President Moore,
Yes.
and then Director Bennett and Director Jenkins both absent. That's 302. Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's move on to board reports. Board committee reports.
I have a report for External Affairs. We met on October 27th. We discussed the Prop 218 outreach. Staff presented an update on the Prop 218 outreach and presented an informational video that was created to support the process. We also talked about the branding guidelines. The committee reviewed secondary district logos and approved moving the guidelines forward to the board of directors for approval. They will be presented at the upcoming meeting. We looked at the welcome packet, a modernized welcome packet presented to us that will enhance the customer experience. Staff is completing a Spanish translation of the packet, and then it will be brought to us for review and approval. The San Bernardino Valley Water Regional Fellowship Program. Callie from Valley District presented information on their partnership with Cal State San Bernardino on a fellowship program which aims to engage and prepare participants to enter a career in water. A presentation to the full board will be coordinated for the upcoming meeting. Church and Associates provided updates on the current government shutdown and discussed several key federal bills. California Strategies provided updates on year-end legislative recap. CalStrat will be providing a comprehensive year-end presentation to the board on November 20th, and they will also be discussing a legislative proposal to amend the water code to increase the monthly meeting compensation limit from the current 10 meetings to 20. Sponsorship requests. The committee reviewed 2 sponsorship requests, $2,500 for the Rialto High School Mathematics, Engineering, Science Achievement Program, and $2,500 for Senator Eloise Gomez Reyes for the 30 for 30 program. The committee approved these sponsorships requests as per the sponsorship policy. They are within the committee's authorized amount for approval. And that ends my report.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I have a report for our Engineering Operations and Planning Committee meeting. We met on October 21st. We got an update on the headquarters facilities master plan, in particular that staff will be preparing a resolution which will allow the district to proceed with a progressive design build project delivery method. And then we were provided general updates. The Bloomington 3C project, the construction has commenced on that project. And then on the Bloomington 3B, we have got some progress on the funding approval process with the EPA. It's currently heading to the Grants Administration Department, which of course is furloughed at the moment, so that'll slow it down, but at least it is making some progress. And then we also discussed that we had 6 reservoirs that we successfully cleaned this year, and that the Rialto Basin Groundwater Council has selected a groundwater modeling expert to participate in Valley District's remodeling efforts. And that's all we had. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Young. We had a safety and technology meeting on the 3rd. We talked about the site security alarms. The staff is working with the vendor to consolidate cameras and site security alarms. This project will be completed next year. The SCADA master plan. This project is progressing on schedule. The staff will begin working on control gap assessment and an incident response recovery plan. We were successful in obtaining a $250,000 OES grant to help fund this project. Staff is working on the first progress report due in December. Staff is also working with Tyler Technologies to determine the best way to set up the transition for new rates proposed by the rate study. And we received a full GIS presentation. The board saw a condensed version of this tonight. Okay. That's my report. Does anyone else have anything to report?
Not committee.
Okay.
I do have some events that I did attend. On October 25th, I attended the Mayor's Boys and Girls Club Gala. I skipped the 20th. I attended the ASBCD monthly meeting held in Fontana. And let me see. That's it. Thank you.
I would just like to thank staff for everybody's efforts to make the poster contest another success. We do a lot of things on a yearly basis around here, but I can probably say with a lot of confidence that this is probably one of the funnest things that we get to do as board members every year. And I know the staff really enjoy reviewing and looking at the posters as well. So thank you to everyone who helped out in making it another successful year, and look forward to getting those calendars. I know I'm going to get lots of questions on them, so please let me know once we have them, but thank you, everyone.
Okay. I attended the Rialto Chamber mixer on the 22nd. And the IEUA water table, the water table was on the 23rd. And we also had last week, there was an officer that was slain, and I attended the vigil over at Rancho Civic Center, and that was really moving. And that's the rest of my committee reports. You have anything else, Ange? Good? Anything else? Okay. Moving on to the general manager report.
Thank you, Mr. President. Starting off with some updates on staffing and recruitments. We do have a new vacancy at accountant. So Manny will be taking another position. We're taking a look at this job description before we start a recruitment effort. For engineering project manager, Natalie Abia started last week. And for support services supervisor, Luz Granados started last week as well. For customer service supervisor, this job opportunity will be posting in the next week. And we're also advertising for a POGA intern. That posting is scheduled to close next Friday. Currently, we have 40 applications in already. And for the 1,000-hour field assistants, there's 2 positions here. This posting recently closed with 50 applications, and we're currently reviewing 23 for potential interviews. It's really great to see such tremendous interest in these positions. Next, just want to talk about GM priorities. Some of my top priorities right now include forwarding and supporting the Prop 218 process. We're continuing to make those public outreach presentations throughout our service area, 2 this week, 3 more in the coming weeks, all of this leading up to the board's business item on December 4th. Also advancing and tracking district-wide progress on our 196 work plan goals, planning to complete the annual assessment in December and report to the board in January. Also working on some new goals and more goals with some specific metrics to incorporate in next year's plan. 2026 right around the corner. Also working with Linda, Jose, Haiti, and others on various employee development, career development, succession planning, workload and staffing assessments, and developing reorganization ideas for better efficiency, effectiveness, employee stability, business continuity, and resilience. Also working on potential updates and changes to the board policies and procedures based on direction received at the last workshop. And maybe to round out the top 5, working with the team to move the headquarters facilities project forward. And looks like we'll have some process documents coming to the board at the next meeting. And also just wanted to mention heli hydrants. We're continuing to coordinate with the county fire, and Valley District on identifying the best locations for these heli hydrants, and also developing preliminary site plans, cost estimates, and funding strategies. And finally, I just wanted to, we have an Aqua Award. Great news, I sent this email out to the board, I think it was last week, but the district was selected by Aqua as the 2025 Outreach Award winner for Region 9. So congratulations especially to Socorro and the POGA team. And we are in the running for the statewide award to be announced at the upcoming fall conference. That's coming up in San Diego on December 4th. So congratulations and good luck on that. And that's my report for tonight. Thank you.
Legal counsel.
Yes, Mr. President, just wanted to mention SB 394, which was signed by the governor and goes into effect the first of the year. It adds to the penalties that can be imposed for water theft. Water theft can take place by someone tampering with a meter. Water theft can take place with somebody who adds on to or tries to connect to the water line past the meter, as well as tampering with fire hydrants. SB 394 will allow special districts, water districts, to have an ordinance that includes progressive fines for all 3 types, that being meter tampering, other forms of water theft, and now fire hydrants. And in fact, the amount for fire hydrants will be quite large. That was the impetus for this bill, was to include dealt with the fire hydrants and making sure that fire hydrants are used for the proper purpose. I'm working with staff right now to come up with some ideas as to how to fortify our rules and regulations. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Okay. All right. Do we have any POGA updates? POGA.
Good evening, President Moore, board members. Just kind of resharing about the Aqua. We are very excited about the Aqua Region 9 Award, and we want to thank the board of directors for trusting us practically to engage with the state legislative program. This award is a testament to our teamwork and the collective vision that guides us. We're truly grateful for your support and the opportunity to make a meaningful impact together in our community. We look forward, sorry, my little thing. We look forward to receiving the Aqua Region 9 Award, and we are excited to be in the contention of the statewide outreach award. Just a little recap, we monitored over 50 bills this year and formally took positions on 16. And on November 20th, we'll have Cal Strad here to give an end of the year recap on the bills that we supported, including SB 394. On the education front, we've been very proactive in career days. Members of the POA team and operations attended Henry Elementary School. On the screen, you'll see Robert Teeter from our meters department giving a presentation to the students. And then we also had career day at Cope Middle School, where Arturo, I can't say his last name, Turgi, gave a presentation to the students, a day in the life of a league water distribution operator. We also attended other events such as Carter High School Family Summit and Eisenhower's School Career Day. And then with that, just a reminder, next Thursday is the Public Relations Society of America Inland Empire Award ceremony. We are nominated for the Hallie Inn Creek Award. Right. So we're excited to have on the outreach side another nomination. We are also currently in the midst of the Prop 218 process. We have upcoming workshops on November 18th at Kordak Elementary, a presentation at the Rialto Rotary, November 19th at Grace Vargas Senior Center, and November 24th here at West Valley Water District. We have been working on creating a video to help our customers understand the rate process. So I'll have Albert Klinger share that video.
Behind every faucet and fire hydrant is a system of pipelines, pump stations, wells, tanks, treatment facilities, professionals working around the clock to keep water flowing when you need it. At West Valley Water District, we're proud to be caretakers of that system, owned by you, our customers. That means no stocks, no profits, no shareholders. With 5 elected board members, you have a direct voice in how your water system is managed. Every dollar you pay goes back into delivering water, operating, maintaining, and improving infrastructure, and protecting our shared water future. Careful management has kept rates steady for more than a decade, but water systems don't stand still. They age, they wear out, and they require reinvestment. Keeping high-quality, reliable water service takes a lot. 417 miles of pipelines, 12 pump stations, 18 active wells, 26 storage tanks, 7 treatment facilities, 3,825 fire hydrants. Together, these serve more than 100,000 people across Rialto, Fontana, Bloomington, Colton, Jurupa Valley, and San Bernardino County. Behind it all are 88 dedicated professionals ensuring safe, reliable water 24/7 every day of the year. But providing water requires constant care. Rising costs for electricity, equipment, and materials, along with preparing for droughts, wildfires, and earthquakes, make ongoing investment essential. In the past decade, we've invested over $100 million in improvements, with another $100 million planned in the next 10 years. A key project? The Oliver P. Romer Filtration Facility Upgrade Expansion, which increases treatment capacity and helps preserve local groundwater supplies. Every dollar on your water bill is reinvested back into the system. Rate adjustments, when needed, fund pipeline replacements, facility upgrades, treatment, hydrant installation and maintenance, and the skilled workforce that keeps your water flowing. As a public utility, we exist only to serve our community. Our mission is clear: high quality, meeting and exceeding strict water quality standards through continuous testing. Reliable, Crews keep water flowing 24/7, even during power outages or pipeline breaks. Cost effective, maximizing every dollar while holding rates steady. We make decisions with transparency and community input. Long-term financial plans and rate studies guide our work, while the Board of Directors reviews needs and costs, with opportunities for you to share your voice. After all, this is your community water system. We know rate changes are never easy, but our mission is clear. Provide high-quality, cost-effective, reliable services for today, tomorrow, and for generations to come.
This video will be featured on our wvwd.org/Prop 218 website, as well as social media and part of our presentation process as well. And we are working on a Spanish version as well for our customers.
Really awesome.
Great work. That's great. Well done. It
Thank
tells
you.
the story so perfectly. It really does. What's behind the faucet? You answered everything that's behind that faucet. So any drip can figure it out.
Any drip can
I have a question for next Thursday's, what's the event again?
The Public Relations Society of America Inland Empire Award Ceremony. PRSA.
Will Hallie be attending?
I gotta check Hallie's schedule. Thank you.
If we can't get her, maybe we can get Creek.
Yeah, bring Creek. We need to get a third one named River.
Mm-hmm.
Sierra and River. All right. Lastly, the board secretary update.
Yes. I just want to say that was a neat video. The 5 board members and 1 female, I loved it. It fit them all. Just a couple of you need to grow
Except
mustache.
we don't have mustaches.
Yeah, that's a couple of you need to grow a
Our
mustache.
color.
Okay, Klinger. Thank you. Just a quick reminder, district offices will be closed next Tuesday, November 11th for Veterans Day. And then remember for Thanksgiving, the 27th, 28th will be Thanksgiving holiday. We have the finance, policy, and HR committees next week. So if you haven't picked up your binders back in that other room. The Polaris Award Ceremony, Thursday evening. All of you have been registered. If you need more information, please reach out to Paula, please. The Aqua Regional 9 event is next Friday. Academy is also coming up in the next 2 weeks in Monterey. Also like to point out that we are coordinating latest legislative workshop on the 20th, 5 p.m. before the regular board meeting that we have at 6. Once that's confirmed, we will add it. Good. Okay. So moving on to December, we have Aqua Fall Conference in San Diego that first week, followed by the annual holiday retreat on Saturday, ball theme. The rest of our meetings are scheduled as normal, except with the engineering committee, which will need to be rescheduled since it lands right on Christmas. And then we have our holiday closure, as you previously approved, which starts 24th through January 1st. Any questions?
Any questions?
That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, I'm going to adjourn the meeting.